Well, good morning, everybody. Like to thank everybody or anybody that might stop in to say hello this morning. It's Tuesday morning. It is sunny here, and it's not as cold as it has been in the past. We're running right now at about 41 degrees at 8:02 a.m. Eastern Time in the U.S. We I'm anticipating maybe some river traffic eventually. We'll see how that goes. Let me pull up the river traffic information over here on my other computer, and we'll see what is going on in the world of marine traffic. Um, right, currently, there's not much going on at all. I know my little squirrels are out here running around gathering up all the peanuts I've thrown out there. Uh, may have to excuse myself for a second or two and throw some more out. Let me take a look on the camera here. Um, but kind of is what it is. Maybe some of you get a chance to get out and fly today, or if you're running errands, at least it'll be acceptable to do so without too much traffic interference. Or I know that there's some of you out there that have to do a lot of driving, like Chris Jackson. He drives delivering great big oversized loads, and so I'm sure that he would appreciate if all of the pod plants would get out of his way. So it's really nice. Be courteous when you're out on the road. And here comes my long lost nephew.
How's it going?
Good, Rick. How are you doing?
Uh, if I told you, you'd shake your head. So
Yeah, tell me your truck didn't break down again.
no, it's good, but I broke.
Oh, you did? What happened?
I stepped into a hole on Sunday working and did the old ankle in pretty bad.
Oh, sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that.
So I was off this week anyways, so the timing worked out, but it sucks because now I can't do anything, right?
Well, do you still, even though you're off this week, do you still get workman's compensation and stuff, right?
No, he'll just pay me direct.
Oh,
I'm pretty good friends with my boss. So
yeah.
he's if you put in a compensation claim right off the get-go, it's $10,000. So rather than that, they'll just pay my week and it'll heal up and I'll keep on keeping on.
You didn't. At least you didn't break anything, right? Just a really bad sprain.
Yeah, really bad. We thought it was fractured, but it's not.
Oh, good, good. JD, welcome, welcome. JD is the first one in this morning.
So how's Mr. Booty doing this morning?
Well, slept. I didn't sleep all that well last night. My legs and knees and back have been hurting me more and more, and my shoulders. It's getting, I've got rheumatoid arthritis that uh, I can hardly put my arms up over my head, and I definitely can't. I That's as far back as I can put my arm
Oh, geez.
like that. So
My ex mother-in-law just got diagnosed with that a couple of weeks ago. She's in a lot of pain, can't really do much.
well, I take pretty much over the counter pain meds. I don't.
Yeah, she's not taking anything, Tylenol, I think, or something. But
Yeah, I take. Well, I've got my own mixture of three Tylenols and two Aleve at the same time, twice a day.
yep,
Because the Aleve only lasts for 4 hours, which helps you get over the hump. And then the Tylenol is 4 hours, and the Aleve is supposed to be you're only supposed to take it every 8 hours. So
right. Well, the Aleve an anti-inflammatory, isn't it?
yes, yeah.
Where's old Roger this morning?
Well, I would imagine he's probably out running around and having a good time. you know, um, he Roger doesn't he's decided to, he's taking a little bit of a break.
Oh,
So uh, sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
yep, that's true.
And I know that it weighs on him that he's stepped away a little bit. He's only going to be on now officially, but every once in a while he might be on the side.
Right,
Uh,
right.
but he's going to be on Sunday mornings, Monday morning, Monday. I don't know if he's doing Monday. No, he's not doing Monday night. Monday morning, Wednesday morning, Friday morning, Friday night, Saturday morning, Saturday night.
Right. Well, he's got to have some time to get out there and fly and
Yep,
do some things on his own too, right?
exactly. Hey, Laura, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, he's it gets overwhelming. I know that just that I've tried to do what best I can to cover for him,
Yep, yep,
and it's like having a job.
absolutely, for sure it is.
Um, it's like this morning I wasn't feeling all that hot. I didn't sleep all that good last night. My legs were killing me, and pretty soon the clock comes around and says, "Hey, you better get your butt up." So
Right. Well, I think tomorrow's the day that I'm gonna walk into Best Buy and walk out with some DJI product.
are you gonna get the new one?
No, I'm gonna get the Mini 2.
There you go. Well, you'll like the Mini 2.
Yeah, that as far as I'm concerned, that FPV drone's a waste of money.
Well, I think it is if you like to do the FPV. See, it's like when I watch for a period of time that flipping and flopping and the screen going like this and that kind of stuff. It bothers me after a while. I have to turn it off.
Me too.
Nothing against the person that's doing it. They probably love it, and God love them for it, loving it. But it doesn't equate in my brain as anything that I can watch over a sustained period of time.
I agree.
I noticed that Hugh had it in his background where he was flying around his backyard and
Yep.
stuff like that. And after about 2 or 3 minutes, it's like, hey man, I can't watch that anymore.
Yeah, no, I'm in that same boat. It makes me seasick, basically.
Yeah, it does. It does. I have known for a long time that I am susceptible to that condition. When I was in high school, I had a very good friend of mine whose dad had a big sailboat, and they used to race every Sunday. And so I used to go out and crew on the sailboat, and so then once a year they have the Port Huron to Mackinac race, and then you go down and you get the race down in Chicago to Mackinac race and race back, and then we come back to Port Huron.
Right.
And, every morning, if I was crewing, every morning I'd get up. If it was my turn to be down below sleeping, first thing I do is I get up and upchuck over the side. Well, then one day we came out of Frankfurt going across Lake Michigan, and it was really windy weather, really, really windy. It was in the daytime, and we weren't racing, but I was at the helm, and it was dinner time. It was about 6 o'clock, and they were all down below in the galley eating dinner, and I was up at the helm.
Right.
So, 6-8 foot waves like this, going across to get over to the Wisconsin side. So then we go down. And all of a sudden I looked, and it was a big black band coming at me across the sky. And it was moving pretty fast. And I yelled down below. They all got their foul weather gear on and everything. And they threw me my harness. You put it through your arms and stuff and clip it onto the rails.
Yep.
And all of a sudden it hit. I mean, it hit high. And I'm sitting up there with nothing but cut off shorts on, and they're all dressed, and it went from like 85 degrees down to 45 degrees. And I was in the cockpit, and Charlie's dad, who was the skipper, who was the captain, said, Murray, get below. And I looked at him and said, no, no. He says, Murray, get below. So I went down below, and I went down the stairway down to below to the first compartment was the galley. And I looked over, and sitting at the table over here, the where you sit in the sides, was my friend Charlie that I went to school with, and he's sitting there eating a cheese sandwich. Says, "Hey, Murray, you want a bite?" And I ran to the head, tossed cookies all over the inside of that head, and I was shaking and everything. And so Charlie stuck me inside, because by this time they had the diesel engine was running. Stuck me in, like on each side there was a place where you could sleep.
Yep.
And they stuck me in there and threw blankets on me and stuff. And I must have passed out or something, because the story I got the next day is they were up on deck. There was a car ferry that goes across Lake Michigan, and they spotted it in the distance, and they wanted assistance to get me off the boat, because they were worried about that I wasn't going to make it. And they were shooting off flares, and the flares had got wet. It just went up in the air and went down in the water, and pretty color in the water. So then what they did is they turned the boat around and headed back for Frankfurt. I woke up the next morning, and I'd survived, and I was feeling a little queasy, but not bad. It could have been worse. And the first thing they did is they fed me. They put me on a Greyhound bus and sent my ass back home. And they never made it to that leg of the race. They ended up just sailing home slow,
Right. Well, I'd take a Greyhound bus over a boat ride any day.
Yep. That's what I did.
Yeah, for sure.
But the Greyhound bus ended up going to Detroit first and then to home. So.
Well, I took the old Greyhound bus all the way from Toronto right to Vancouver 4 times.
Wow.
Yeah, it was quite the adventure. 3.5 days each way. So I'm really torn as to whether I should buy the Flymore combo or just get the regular combo.
I'd get the Flymore, definitely, and I'll tell you the reason why is just the little charging kit that actually. Here, let me show you. Plus, it gives you that little duffel bag to put it in. But just the little charging block, if you went to buy it separately, it's like $70 or $80. And what it does is you put the batteries in here, but you can also tell before you fly. You push the button and it tells you how the charge is on each battery.
Yeah. When I had the Mini One, I used that charging block for my cell phone and stuff all the time.
Yep, because it's got the whole things too. You can use the extras. Yeah. And but yeah, my only complaint is about it is I use a tablet, so therefore I have to have. I had to go buy the 2 wall hangers and put them back to back and put the tablet on there.
Right.
Which works great, nothing wrong with it. But I'm so used to using a Crystal Sky with 2,000 nits of brightness. See how reflective the front of this screen is.
It's big time, yeah.
Yeah, and so when I'm in a bright light situation, and I'm down there, along the water, I have a hood. I have a hood that I put on it.
Okay.
But it's just not. It's still not the same.
Yeah, definitely. Very, very. Well, the Crystal Sky is just superior in every way, so I can understand that.
Yep. So it's, but it's good to go. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, I think it's $200 more for the Flymore combo, and I think it comes with an SD card and stuff too.
Yeah, and it comes with a little bag. The bag is nice. I don't use the bag. I use here's what I use. I use a regular bigger bag that I went and bought some foam and cut it up and glued it. And originally what I had in here was I had across here, I had the batteries for the Inspire 1, then the controller, and then extra space for, my harness and all that stuff.
Right.
but it
Do
works
you
good for what I want to do it because I don't want to have to keep taking the tablet on and off all the time.
Yeah. So do you actually enjoy flying the Mini 2, even though it's far
Yeah.
below what the other drones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it responds and acts exactly like my Mavic 2s.
Oh, really?
But it doesn't have the power. But it has the range. When I say the power, the other day I did the last two ships I did, as you well know, how windy it's been.
Yep.
It was gusting to 35 to 40 mile an hour winds, and the Mavic 2, it just stays right there. It doesn't move.
Yeah.
The only trouble you have is if you get into a 40 mile an hour gust, your top speed is about 48. So you have to make sure you have a plan. Either you're going to zigzag back, to get back, but it's not sustained winds. It's only gusting. So pretty soon it lets up. But
right. And you find the range is amazing on it, right?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm having trouble understanding.
Honestly, that was the only thing I didn't like about the Mini 1 was the range.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The range. That's the reason I sold my Mini 1, because I got down river, when I do the downbound ship, and I get down there about the other side of the Hollyhock, the Coast Guard cutter, and all of a sudden I lost connection.
Right.
And of course it did what it's supposed to do. It came home. But before it lost connection, I lost video. That's what usually happens. You lose your video first. And if you're flying a moving object and you lose video, I mean, that's as good as you're screwed, So immediately when that happens, because I'm lower, I hit the up button and go up to about 200 feet and then let it return to home,
Right. Well,
yeah. My suggestion, Rick, is to get the Fly More.
Yeah, I think that's probably the way I'll go.
Yeah.
I'll have to see how much the Taxman takes off this huge paycheck, but it's been like 8 months since I actually owned a drone, so it's time, right? Like,
well, yeah, you're coming into drone season for you. I mean, there's nothing wrong. I fly all winter, as you know. I've gotten ships pretty much on and off all winter long, and I did a couple of the sweeping ice shots and down by the water that really got good play. But no, it's it really is. That's the one that I would suggest you get, because it's small, it's compact, and it flies. I'm still amazed every time I go over here and I grab the little sucker, because it's down in there like where the battery used to go for the Inspire 1.
right.
It just how friggin' small the damn thing is,
Now, what app does that fly off? Which one is it?
It flies off the new Fly app.
The new Fly app.
Yep.
I suppose I better make sure my phone's compatible first.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I do. Is I download the Fly app on your phone.
Yeah.
And see, I'm sure it will, because your phone is relatively new.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't have any trouble whatsoever, I wouldn't think. But the other one that I really am kind of never take the place of a DJI, but Rick, I bought that new Anafi thermal.
Yeah.
And the Anafi flies really well, but there again, it's not OcuSync. It's running a hybrid version of Wi-Fi.
Right.
So I don't get near the distance, and you get out a certain distance, and all of a sudden your video breaks up a little bit, and you're not really sure. But I wanted to have replaced. I've had 2 or 3 different drones that I've had thermal imaging with.
Right.
And I wanted to replace that just because, I don't know why, just kind of stupid. I thought just in case I wanted to go look for somebody or something,
Yep.
So this came across, and normally they're about $2,000, and I got it for $1,500. So.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah.
It's the Fly More version. It's a carbon fiber frame instead of being plastic frame.
Okay.
And so it's pretty rugged. But it's a different program,
Yeah.
And I
Yep.
find the older I get, I don't like to change.
No, I hear that. No, I hear that.
Hey,
So the
Phantom Hodges and Blind Neil has joined us in the chat, and Corey Mano, along with GAD.
good morning, gentlemen.
Yeah, I think you get that Mini too, Rick, and you'll be really happy for two reasons. One is it's so friggin' small you can take it with you everywhere.
Yeah.
And the second is you're used to being able to control a drone for at least 2 to 3 miles without it having a hiccup.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons I'm not an FPV flyer is that breakup and the stuff that no.
Well, I've had my planes out a few times in the last couple of weeks. I haven't really said too much, and I enjoyed flying them, but because it's line of sight in close, you get bored of it, right?
Well, and especially since you don't have the capabilities of hovering in place, you got to keep the forward motion going,
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I did have somebody question me at the park the last time I went out, so they weren't like
what they want to know.
They wanted to know if I was licensed and insured and all this, and I was like, "You're within 6 feet of me right now, and you need to get back."
No, what you say is yes, yes, and yes. Go away.
I just told him, I said, "You're too close to me. You're within 6 feet. You need to go away and get back." And I just packed up and left. I didn't feel like dealing with nonsense.
I wouldn't pack up and leave because they won. And they're the type of person, if you were to run into them again, they figure, oh, you're going to yield. No, don't yield.
Well, I'll be going
airspace. That's public airspace.
I'll be going out there with the Mini 2 for several days, and they can come over and have a chat if they'd like.
Yeah, it just educate them. Don't be nasty to them. Just educate them. Say, hey, I'm flying within the rules set up by the government, and that's airspace. You don't own any of it. In fact, if you were to jump in the air, you're now a flying object, and you have to follow the same rules I do.
That's it, right?
Because you're not touching the ground anymore. So
that's it. Well, they own a backyard that touches the park, right? I know who they are.
Yeah.
A few years back with the Phantom, they were watching it. They never came over and said anything, but they were, pretty curious. But
well, what you might want to do is just print out the rules, Canadian rules for air flight.
Yeah.
Just have them in your bag and whip it out and say, hey, read this.
That's a good idea. Just have a copy of it and hand it to them.
Just have a copy. Says, you got any questions? Here you go. If you got any questions further, contact. What's the name of the department that Canada Air Transport or something, or
Transport Canada? Yeah.
Transport Canada. Yeah. Hey, MGE. Good morning. So it's you're always going to get the Kens and the Karens out there.
Yep.
That are always going to be into your business. I'm going to send Neil an invite if he wants to come in. I thought I did send it to him, but I'm going to send it again. And he can kind of help. Neil likes to help keep an eye on the chat, which is always good because I've been known to get involved in the conversation and not watch the chat. But that's my flaw. And Mike is here. Hey, Mike. Mike says, hello, Pickle Rick. I'll send Mike one too. He's probably working, but he won't. I don't want him to feel left out, so I'll send him an invite as well.
Well, see, when Mike first called me Pickle Rick, I thought he found one of the porns I made when I was younger, but apparently not.
Yeah, well, Mike got a new gorgeous $700,000 motorhome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And Lynn, my girl Lynn, she's been camping and motorhoming and doing all that stuff for her entire life. And she every day she says, "Have you seen any pictures of it? Have you seen any pictures of it? Have you seen any pictures?" Because she just, and then when they got it the first day, she said to Mike on stream, she says, "Are you going to sleep in it tonight?" Because she'll go out and spend time in her motorhome in the backyard.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I have two trailers. One's a 10-footer and one's a 22-footer. And the 22-footer has bedrooms, bathroom, shower, the whole deal.
Yeah.
And we've spent a few nights in it well, not here in the backyard, but up north in the yard.
Hey, Ray Kelly, how you doing? Yeah, it's I used to have a 38-foot Class A sitting on the north side of my house,
Nice.
and I didn't use it much.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. That's how I got my big trailer. My buddy bought that house on the water on Lake Huron, and it was there. Came with the house, and he's like, "You want it? Take it out of here."
Yeah, well, I used it. My parents were older, and my mother used to love to go for rides up the lake and that kind of stuff. And you know, in those motorhomes with them great big huge windows that you
Yep.
have on the Class A's, she used to sit there and just I'd take them for a ride like on a Sunday afternoon up the lake and up to the tip of the thumb and back again. And I was using it more like a station wagon than a motorhome. It was a station wagon with a bathroom and with a kitchen, you know.
Yep.
So then after they got so they couldn't go, and Dad died, and Mother's got dementia, it's just time for it to go, you know.
No, I understand that for sure.
I went for one ride on it, and it just wasn't me because my personality is I'm a point A to point B. I don't do the meandering in between.
Yep. Same here.
I had purchased a Jeep CJ7 with a stick, and no, I think it was automatic, but it had the lockout hubs.
Yep.
And so I had a tow bar set up and everything, and I could pull it behind the motorhome.
Nice.
And I took off one day, and I picked up a gal pal that I knew down in. She and I used to be really good friends, but she was one of those ugly drunks.
Oh yeah.
She had a drinking problem, and when she drinks, she'd get nasty.
Yep.
So I took her with me, and we headed down to. Not going any place particular, but we ended up in South Carolina, and it was a bike week down there. There was no place to park. You know, here's a 40-foot motorhome with a Jeep on the back. So drove through there. We stayed overnight at the Walmart in Atlanta, and drove through. Saw what I wanted to see, and it was a mess, especially driving that big motorhome down the streets. And went to a casino, went there. I proceeded to play a little bit of slots. She came back and she was drunk and nasty as hell. Says, "Come on, we're going." So I loaded her back in and she went through a rant and a rave for about 100 miles and passed out in the back. And
Yep.
I drove straight through all the way back here and dumped her ass off and says, "Goodbye." That was the only trip I took with it.
There was this old saying that one of my elders used to say, and I don't mean to swear, but it was instant asshole, just add alcohol.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't drink alcohol at all.
Well, I should have been tipped a little earlier because this wasn't the first incident when she got nasty. I remember one time we went over to visit some of my friends, and she started drinking. And on the way home, she got so pissed off. I was driving my pickup truck, and she was taking her feet and beating on the dash and beating on the windows. And
Yep. No time for that stuff.
no. But she was good at one thing for sure.
Yep. I could just imagine.
She was probably the best at that I've ever tasted. But yeah,
That's how it goes.
That's not worth it. Nope.
Nope, not worth it at all.
Hey, Ray Kelly, how you doing, buddy? Ray said he gave alcohol up in 1993. Yeah, you know, one thing about alcohol is that I have found, I've never been much on drinking, but is that your perspective on everything changes because you think you're having a party when you're really being obnoxious. You know?
Yep. Yep. Well, that's the thing. I know I get impaired off the marijuana gummies, but the worst thing I do is sit here and smile.
You get happy. Yep. Oh yeah.
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 So I don't see that being much of a problem. And of course, I would never drive on that stuff. But
Right. Yeah, but alcohol, it just seems to heighten any kind of a thought you have. It's like you have given control over to a third person.
yeah, exactly.
And that third person usually is that devil that you carry around in your shoulder. You know?
Yeah, and mine's pretty big, so I'll just avoid that. So I got
JDS is here.
a Furball Kim sweater should be here today.
Oh, you do?
I purchased one for my birthday.
Yeah.
I have one of Roger's sweaters, so I thought it was time. I'll grab one of Kim's, and it's supposed to be delivered today. So
Well, good for you. Good for you. Is your birthday coming up or just passed?
Friday. It's coming on Friday.
Fridays. Good for you. Happy birthday.
Big 43. The big 43.
So you're an April the 2nd baby.
Yep. 0402 78. Yep.
78. Holy crap. I was 7 years out of high school, 4 years out of college by then.
Yeah. So
Hey,
you're
there's Neil.
pretty close.
Good morning.
Oh, how's it going, Neil?
Oh, Friday. Damn, already.
Friday? No. Today's Tuesday. Neil, can you hear us?
He's gone. Oh, there he is. Can you hear us?
Can you hear us? I don't think you can hear us.
I'm doing good.
Can you hear us, Neil?
I don't think he can.
No.
Well, I've also noticed too that his video is a little bit like he's looking through a shade or something.
Yeah, I wonder if he's not using his phone.
Are you on your phone? No, he can't hear us.
No.
Neil will figure it out eventually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Washington County News is here. Welcome. Yeah. I just kind of trying to fill in a little bit for Roger because Roger's pretty much been out there for the last 3 or 4 years, you know, giving everybody he reminds me of the jolly old coffee house or saloon owner that allows everybody to come on in and sit down and we'll talk, you know.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, we just passed the 3-year anniversary.
Yes. Yep. We did. And that's when after it passed, he became to the point where he wanted to use some of his time to go out and do some other things and not have to rush around. And I understand that because it's like this morning I could have probably laid there in agony a little bit longer, but I just didn't feel like it.
No, I don't blame you. Yeah, my ankle was ripping pretty bad this morning, so I thought I better get up, and I actually put on work clothes, even though I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Can you hear us yet, Neil?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. You couldn't hear us before, right?
I could hear you. Just trying to get everything sorted here.
Okay.
Rough morning.
Yeah, I think everybody. Rick had. Now you did that. When did you do that? Last Friday?
Sunday morning.
Sunday morning, on the job.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's the name of the game, though. The site super didn't cover a hole in the floor, and of course, I tripped in it.
Oh my!
Is what it is. You got mail probably. I would say, Neil, on Tuesday you'll have mail in the box there.
Okay. Thank you.
No, all good. I was going to pay the extra for tracking, but I figured through Ontario it wouldn't be too bad anyways.
Yeah, normally only takes about 3 days,
in,
3 or 4 days.
In Mike's humor, Rick, he said, well, you needed a break anyway.
Yeah, I did. I would just rather have a break that I could do something, but is what it is.
Yeah, I would imagine you got to stay off it.
Yeah, definitely. Even going up and down the stairs is not fun at this point. Apparently the sun's shining. I got to figure out the lighting here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not doing much better with the sun. It's very bright over here.
So I don't know what everybody else is up to. I've been tracking ships, but there's nothing going on here right now. I got a couple of them late yesterday, and I got 3 of them heading down the tip of the thumb. I've got the Arthur M. Anderson, which is famous for its own reasons. The Anderson was the ship that was just in front of the other ship that rolled over or sank in Superior.
It was behind it, Paul.
Was it? I thought they were ahead because.
No, we had this conversation about 6 months ago. It was behind it.
Okay, because the story is that they made it to the edge of Whitefish Bay and they didn't get the worst of the storm, is the way I was told by somebody, and that they had the
Fitzgerald, yeah.
Fitzgerald on their radar screen 3 miles behind. Had they, because as the story goes, had they been closer, 3 miles closer to Whitefish Bay, they would have survived it. But
so what it was, Paul, he was behind them 10 kilometers and he holding on his radar. And then after they went over the shoal, the captain of the Fitzgerald radioed and said he was holding his own, but his rail was down. And then by the time they got into Whitefish Bay, they had already lost him. And they went back out and tried to find him. And that's when
I give them a lot of credit in Anderson for going back to look for survivors, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
that's like being in a big club too, you know?
Yeah.
What happens to one happens to them all.
Yeah, that story has haunted me my whole life because you got to remember I was made on Manitoulin Island, and via water, Manitoulin Island's not that far from where the Fitzgerald sits.
Don't you have a ship, the 2 brothers or the 3 brothers right off the Manitoulin?
Oh, there could be. There's 100 shipwrecks around Manitoulin Island.
There's I was watching a documentary on one, and it was talking about a underwater fungus that's growing on that boat and killing off the fish and the weeds and everything around it.
Yeah, it could be. If you go around the island, you'll find like boilers and anchors and all kinds of stuff dragged up on shore from shipwrecks.
Yeah. This is one of the old ones, and it's been really well preserved.
Yeah, there's a few of them that look like they should still be floating. And then there's other ones that you can't even tell it's a ship anymore.
Yeah, there's same up in Superior where it gets really deep. They've come across ships that look like, you know, they just were put there.
Yeah, I believe the oldest shipwreck on the Great Lakes they found in Superior, and it looks perfect. Like nothing wrong with it. It's just
it's just sitting on the bottom.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you can see the wheel, everything, right?
Yeah.
And because it's so cold down there, that everything's preserved.
Yep.
I gotta make a phone call. I'll be back, gentlemen.
Okay, Rick. So Neil, how are you this morning? Anything new?
Pardon?
Anything new with you this morning?
No. Just doing the wake up thing.
Hey, I know that feeling.
Some mornings it's harder than others.
Yep. Mike says since Mike's filling in for Paul Hodges, So he gave us the news break, and yet I saw it yesterday. Was that the Suez Canal is now open? They have moved that ship out of the way.
Yeah, it was what, because of the moon actually that they got it out.
Yeah, because of
High tide,
high
an extra
tide. Yep.
extra high tide. I remember those down on the East Coast. We'd be out on the docks. Most of the time, high tide, you still had like 5 feet before the water was at the top of the dock.
Uh-huh.
On those odd extra high tides, the water would be 3 to 4 feet above the top of the dock.
Wow. Yep. They got lucky. They were spending. Somebody said about $1 million, $1.5 million a day it was costing them for that.
Oh, wouldn't surprise me. And then all the boats that had to go out around.
Yep.
Taking a long way around.
Exactly. Yeah, gas prices are probably going up.
That's one thing that doesn't make sense to me because all the reserves were filled up at the start of the pandemic.
Yeah, but see now that you've got a different administration in our country, they want to chop all that down because they're pushing
Every country does because of the
going
friggin-
electric. They want to go electric in the next 10 years,
because every country signed the Paris Peace Summit, the Paris Climate Summit, to cut pollution by at least 30%.
Except China and India only promised to cut theirs by 6%.
Yeah. So
don't do as we want to do. Don't do as we say, but do as I want to do.
They've been cleaner than us in some ways, not every way, but in some ways they've been cleaner than us. Not in every way, but in some ways. That's how I'll put it. Oh yeah, every country has its own problems.
Yep. Hey, Mike, how's the new motorhome doing? Have you had a chance to get it ready or? Hey, Hugh, how are you doing? Good morning to you, sir.
This camera is being absolutely horrible to me this morning. It does not want to see me. Good morning, Hugh.
It's really a bright sunny day here, very little winds. However, the winds are supposed to continue to increase all day long, and either today or tomorrow we're supposed to have up to 50-mile-an-hour gusts. So I don't know. Just not good.
I haven't even checked my weather today. I imagine it's already cold out there. Definitely bright and sunny.
It's 40. It's 41 here, so I don't know what.
It's running 37 Fahrenheit here. Feels like 30 with the wind chill.
Yeah.
Winds from 10 miles an hour from the south, gusting up to 16 miles an hour.
Well, you can handle that. That's not bad, but well, it is if it's cold temperatures and then you got 16-mile-an-hour wind on top that drops it by about 7-8 degrees and feel like temperature.
Yep.
But and as you can see, it's pretty clear here today. Not too bad. A little hazy, but not bad. So I just thought I'd pop on again this morning because Roger is on his temporarily changed schedule.
Well, it's good that he's getting some time to himself in the morning, get a chance to fly if he wants to,
Yeah,
get a chance to relax.
I was kind of heartened to see that he stopped by to see about another dog. Um, I can't imagine being around here without having a companion like Mia. That would just drive me crazy. I'd go stir crazy.
If I had a house, I would definitely want a dog. But because I'm in a small apartment, it's definitely a no.
Yeah. So do you have a cat?
Yeah, we have Bandit, which is my
Okay.
daughter's cat. I had my boy Tigger for 16 years. I got him when I was living in Ottawa. He flew from Ottawa to Sault Ste. Marie. We then went from Sault Ste. Marie up to here into Elliott Lake. 8 or 9 years ago, we took a trip down to Nova Scotia for the summer. He traveled all over with me.
Yep. Companionship.
And it totally floored me when I had to put him down.
Oh yeah. Hey Mike.
Morning, boys.
Hey Hugh, how you doing? Mike just said
Morning,
that
Hugh.
the weather's been terrible out there where he is. It was yesterday. It was 70 with 60-mile-an-hour gusts, and it's now 30 degrees with 65-mile-an-hour gusts. So
To quote the Trailer Park Boys, there's a hurricane blowing in, boys.
that's it. How's Annabelle this morning?
Oh, very needy. I
Really?
was trying to sleep, but she kept trying to get me up. I finally gave in and said, fine, Annabelle.
That's cats for you.
I know. I pulled a Paul Murray last night. I was up till about 1 o'clock in the morning editing.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, I finally had to get some editing done. Those 2 ships I did yesterday.
Finally, geez, you're editing as soon as you sit down.
Well, because I see the ships that I shoot as time sensitive, because they just went by. So nobody wants to see a ship going south when it's downbound going the other, or upbound going the other way, going north. So I put that on myself. Lynn's always shaking her head.
I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can see it back there. Oh, definitely not. It's all washed out. That's my Peace Lily behind me. That plant's about that thing's 10 years old, 12 years old now.
You see, Washington County News says it's supposed to be 88 degrees there today.
Holy crap.
Yeah. And Mike says that they're supposed to be in the 80s by the end of the week.
And we'll be lucky to be up in the 60s by then.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have where I am, and it probably you got similar temperature. We're gonna be doing a little dip dive and then back up again for the weekend.
Oh, we got a lot of lakes around us up here. So as the lakes friggin' de-ice, it's all gonna send the cold up into the air and into the ground.
Do you still have ice on the lakes up there?
I think so. I haven't been downtown to actually look.
Okay.
I haven't had a chance to really get out of the house much this winter so far.
Well, Hugh's been able to get out and do a little bit of flying, and
A little bit.
Rick was just telling me earlier. I don't know if you heard that he's thinking about going over to Best Buy today and pick up the Mini 2.
Ooh.
Oh, he'd rock it.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
He missed not having a drone, but he's been doing a little bit of flying with his fixed wing stuff. But he misses the being able to hover and do that kind of stuff. Yeah, I think he'll love the Mini too. There's no doubt about it. And I told him definitely if he could, you get the Fly more.
I'll tell you what, I'm sure glad I bought it because these FPV drones, the learning curve is so big to use them for, like, they're fun to fly.
Yeah.
But for
they
filming
fly
right
so short of a time.
Well, that's not the problem. The problem is I'm just not good enough to get cinematic footage yet. I'm not smooth enough. I got to practice more.
Well, especially if you want to go get the cinematic stuff of maybe an event or something where you can just do the slow and get the good cinematic stuff. There's guys that once they get really good are able to do that with the FPVs, but that takes a long time to learn.
It takes practice, and that's what I'm doing now. I'm putting in my time.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I got the Mini because I can still, I can still make films. I can still make art.
Sure. Yep.
Okay, that's why Annabelle was squawking. Her food dishes are all empty.
Oh, that would do it.
Yeah.
If a cat can even see the bottom, it's empty.
Oh, I know. She gets so pissed off. She gets really upset. But Daddy, there's only crumbs in there.
A lot of times also cats get mad and they only eat right in the middle of their dish because of their whiskers. Their whiskers are so sensitive that they can get traumatized by the bowl by pushing on their whiskers the wrong way.
Lynn was telling me, and I don't know whether she did it or she knows somebody that did it. They took one of those bells, that has the curlicue on it, like you used to see on the door where they open the door and the bell go ding, 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 ding. And they put it on the wall by the cat's dish. And every time they'd feed the cat, they would ding the bell. So then the cat learned that if the dish was empty, it'd go up with its paw and smack the bell and go ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, but then you got the bell ringing 24/7.
That's called Pavlovian conditioning.
Yes. And I thought that was kind of cool. It's like, hey.
Oh, shit. Paul, did you take your meds this morning?
Yes, I did.
Take your meds.
Yes, I did. I think I did. Yes, I did. I think I did.
Don't make me have to come down and pour Huron and set you straight, old man.
Now that you reminded me, though, I've got to refill my pill container. It's always something, it's always something.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the thing of it is that Hugh, I don't know if you've gone through that. I know, Neil, you've said that before, is the days start to blend together. It's like you have to think about what day it is.
Absolutely. Oh, for me, it's because of my eyesight. I get extremely bored, extremely depressed, anxious, and everything just starts flowing into one.
Well, and I find my days are going faster, and I don't know. I'm thinking it's a combination of energy level and
as we get older, days go faster.
Faster and faster and faster, and it's like we're racing toward the end,
Yeah.
But is what it is. Can't complain about it. Doesn't do any good.
Exactly.
Have a good day, Ray Kelly. Setting up for
Ray,
breakfast.
have a great breakfast, my friend. Yeah, it's put all my pills in my little pill container. I don't take as many pills as I used to. I think it's more by choice than anything.
Gentlemen.
Hello, Hugh.
I use that term lightly.
Good seeing you.
Oh yeah. Gonna be a nice day here, fellas.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 17 degrees Celsius. That's like, I don't know, 65 or something.
Well, that'll be nice.
Lovely day.
So is that you gonna go out and get
Oh, absolutely.
more
Oh,
practice in?
100%. Good morning, Ray Kelly. Good morning, Mike. Everybody else in chat, how you doing? Yeah, I was bloody late last night. I got into this editing frenzy and
Well, that was after the live stream too, wasn't it? Or after the Zoom stream with Tim.
yeah.
And that friggin', I finally jumped out of that at like midnight and a half.
Oh,
I
Tim,
think it
Yeah.
was
Tim was on last night that late?
a private Zoom meeting.
Yeah. He invited me and I popped in and said hello and left. But
I was on for a little bit when he was broadcasting, and then when he left, I left a little bit after that. Morning, JD. Bill, what's up, buddy?
And we ended up, well, I ended up jumping off at like 12:30. I don't know how long they kept going, but wow.
Yeah, oh, that's good. Nice to.
well, he's such a different time frame. You know, that was like 6 or 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I saw he had a new little squeeze there.
I saw that.
That was actually just one of his coworkers.
That's what Lynn told me.
That's what they always say, Neil.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Well, she's
She's
quick.
got a very large boyfriend.
She was quick to say, you know, because I said to him, I says, well, because I asked her, you might remember, Neil, I says, is he being a good boy? And she says, well, I sure hope not. And I
Yeah.
go, whoa.
Mike says, Sarah says she's never seen a Viking in earmuffs before. Oh, my logo. His mommy told him to put them on because it was cold outside, Mike.
Yeah.
And his daddy would have backhanded him if he didn't.
That's right, boy. Y'all better put them earmuffs on, you know what I'm saying? Don't make me pull out the stick, boy. Marshall's going to Moab on Thursday. Oh, Jeep rally. God, dude, I miss those things. I was in a Jeep club in Virginia, and we used to go off-roading all over the place. Love my Jeep. Always wanted to get out to Moab, man. They even named a model of Jeep after Moab. Oh, no, Rubicon. It was the Rubicon. Sorry.
Rubicon, yeah. When I was right out of college, I was working for the Jeep distributor, the dealer here, and I was selling Jeeps. And what the best part was is I got to have a brand new Jeep as a demonstrator, my demo. And all the other guys were driving the big family version Jeep and all those kinds of things. Hell no, man! I wanted it with the convertible top and the roll bar and the speaker system up over above, and I wanted the Jeep Wrangler.
I love my Wrangler so much. What a great.
That's what I used to tow behind my motorhome. Was Jeep Wrangler.
A lot of people do. I've seen that. You know, I had mine 8 years and never did anything other than put oil in it and gas. That was it.
Yeah.
Never had a repair bill. And I beat the snot out of that thing. I took it off road, West Virginia, up in the mountains, Carolinas, all over the place.
Yep.
Great
Well,
vehicle.
it was a perfect tow vehicle because you could turn the lockout hubs on the front and throw the transfer case out for the rest of it.
Yep.
And it would just freewheel,
Yep. The one thing I didn't have on my Jeep that I always wanted was locking differentials, which is what the Rubicon has stock now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that really gives you the power. Because often you'd get stuck with wheels spinning, which is really annoying.
Yeah. And I had one of the first the Wranglers that had I had air conditioning in it.
Oh, wow. What year was it? Sometime in the 70s or 80s?
74.
74. Oh my gosh.
Excuse me.
Don't die on stream. Come on, for heaven's sakes.
Oh, that'd be a way to go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I've actually been getting a lot of flying in.
God.
I did my 11 packs on the Mobula the other day. That was a riot, man. I was just doing speed runs in my garden, just whoosh, whoosh.
You flew all 11, huh?
A little back to back.
Now,
Yep.
how much time did that give you actually in the air with 11 of them?
Each battery gave me anywhere between 90 seconds and 3.5 minutes. If you continuously like punch out and, it sucks a lot more juice real quick, right? But
So you were average about 2.25 minutes.
yeah, 3 minutes is the norm when you're flying that thing
Okay.
regularly. But I was being aggressive. I was just having fun.
And is it quick to change batteries? I mean, I know you got to unplug.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Did they just tuck in someplace or?
Show you. There's the drone.
Okay.
There's the battery.
Just slide it in and
Push
plug
it in like
together.
that.
Yeah.
You plug it in, and the drone's now ready to fly. Launch. That's it.
Yeah. How does it do in any kind of wind at all?
Terrible.
Yeah, that's I have one I bought several years ago.
Yeah.
It's a little guy up here. And
Yeah, they're really made for indoor flying, but on a nice calm day they'll be fine.
It's like that little 40RC that I bought.
Yeah.
It's just an indoor flyer, definitely not an outdoor flyer. But at the same time, there's so much Wi-Fi in this place that it just destroys the signal.
Yeah.
That's the SEMA X11.
I've seen that one. That's a cute little drone.
And I took it outside one day, and all of a sudden a gust of wind, and it started heading across the schoolyard.
Oh.
So I had to go out and retrieve it. So I learned that pretty much designed, like you say, Hugh, if I want to zip around the house a little bit. But I bet I haven't flown this guy probably in 2 years.
Yeah. JDS, I'm just looking at your transmitter. Holy catfish, bro. Now that is a friggin' transmitter. Show you guys a picture of this. This is damn, man. Look at that sucker. That's
Freaking
impressive.
take control of a
Screen on it.
plane flying by.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Wow. Very cool, JDS.
That almost looks like the layout of Walkira had that same thing with the screen up top like that.
Yeah. Now, what are you flying with that, JDS? I'm just curious. What, Annabelle? Come on up. Come see the boys. Come on. Yeah, they want to say hi. Of course they do.
Hi,
There's
Annabelle.
Annabelle.
They want to say hi.
She's looking for a cookie.
You looking for cookies, buddy? Are you looking for attention or both? Okay. Super kitty. Yeah. Very good kitty. Very good kitty.
She loves to be hugged.
She does. She comes up and begs to be held.
There's a lot of cats that just don't pick me up, don't touch me.
Yeah.
My cat Tigger, he was kind of an in-between one. He loved having the attention, but he'd never jump up on you. He'd just jump up beside you.
Yep.
But he hated to be picked up but he loved the attention.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was a big boy too. He was 25 pounds,
Woo.
but he was one of those big cats. Like his head was the size of a softball.
Yeah. I've had some friends that have had humongous cats, like 35, 40 pounds, but they were like beach balls.
Yeah.
And, there was this one cat my friend had, and he literally slept beside the food dish. The only time he moved was to go to the litter box, and then he'd go back to the food dish and just lie beside it. Stake his claim.
I came across a YouTube video of a young Russian gal that has a panther and a dog.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
The Panthers, is it Messi or something like that?
A black panther.
Yeah.
And they and it messes around. They got the dog and the panther and they wrestle around and
It's surprising how much the big cats are actually very playful and can be very calm with other animals.
And then when they want to kill you, you're
Yeah.
done.
you're done.
Any animal for that matter. Even a domestic dog, if say Mia just suddenly went crazy, I don't think Paul could really hold her off that well.
Yeah.
Like, any dog can surprise you pretty quick if they freaking go mean. Any animal.
Yep. Hey, Bill, did you get the cello yet? Did it arrive safe and sound?
I knew a guy that actually had to have, I think it was 82 stitches on the back of his leg. A cat grabbed a hold of him and did the rabbit kick that they do and just shredded his friggin' calf muscle.
Ooh, ouch. Tim
So even cats
Jackson.
can be pretty dangerous.
Is Mr. Tim in the chat? There
Hey,
he
good morning,
is.
Tim. Or evening over there. I think it's like 1 a.m. over there.
JDS. Stop by before bedtime. Well, there you go, JDS. You go get a good rest.
Hope you sleep well, JDS.
Have a good night, JDS.
So Tim must be at work, I would imagine. It's got to be getting close to noon there.
Let's see, what time is it? It is either 11:09 or 9:09. Is he in Perth? West.
Is he 13 hours difference?
Yeah, it's 13.
So
I think
that'd make
12
it.
right now. I don't think they've changed.
Oh, it's 12 hours difference? Okay.
Perth is 9 o'clock in the morning right now. I've got a little international clock, and I've got 2 Australian time zones and New Zealand on here, just for shits and giggles.
Well, what I found interesting, and I know that it happens here in the States too, there's a couple of states that don't do daylight savings time.
Mhm.
But Australia is the same thing. I know that the different provinces or whatever they call them, regions,
Yeah,
um,
yeah, they're provinces.
they would do a different at different times. Well, we just had that with Scotland too. Scotland was behind us,
Yep, they just changed.
changed again.
Yes, just copy and pasted my message. He isn't going. What? JDS, why do you do weird things like that? I'm just curious. Or do you even know?
He just wants the attention.
11:10 p.m. Okay, so he must be in the middle somewhere. You're in Brisbane area then, hey Tim?
Yeah, he's over.
Okay, 14 hours ahead.
If I remember correctly, I think he said he's 2 hours from Brisbane.
So, Tim, anything to report about Happy Time last night with your coworker?
Mhm. Oh, happy time, Shaggy.
That's it.
Max. So I've been watching this series of videos. It's called Videos I Found on Reddit. They're a lot of TikTok type of videos, short, kind of really kooky, crazy things happening.
Yeah, all the major friggin' social medias are trying to cash in on TikTok, the short
Oh, yeah.
videos.
Oh yeah, YouTube with their short videos. Yeah, I know. But TikTok didn't invent the thing. I realized that there was this thing called Vines. Do you remember those, Neil?
Yep.
Yeah, so they were basically like what TikTok was, short videos, right? Short
Yep.
little memes.
There was one before that as well. I can't think of the name. Vimo or something like. No, not Vimo. But yeah, there was another one that was like that at one point too.
Mhm.
Vimeo?
No, that's a
That's a program, isn't it?
no, it's a service like YouTube.
Oh,
But there's a bunch of them out there. A lot that aren't so well known, and then ones that are more well known.
Yep.
Like at one point, there was one called Sue, TSU, and it was similar to YouTube, or not YouTube, but similar to Facebook, except you would get paid for posting.
Oh, nice.
You would get paid depending on how many views you got.
Okay. So kind of like YouTube when you're monetized.
Yeah, except you could start getting paid right away from this one. And it didn't last long.
Tank, what's up, Frank? Good to see you, buddy.
Good morning, Frank.
good morning, Frank. How you doing? Another wonderful day in the neighborhood. Oh man, I need to go throw some more peanuts out. The squirrels are into the bird feeder.
Okay. If you
That's
have,
their way of letting me know after they tap on the window a few times.
hey, Paul.
Yeah,
Hey, Paul. Do you gotta?
I gotta.
Do you gotta? Okay.
I gotta.
Just checking.
Yeah, and when they start banging on the window, you better. You don't want the squirrels with the shotguns to show up.
Smiles, mother trucker.
We want our nuts now, boy.
What I'm talking about. Oh,
Right on, Tank.
oh, that's pretty funny. I was just watching this this video. This Porsche was parked at an angle across two spots. So a guy with an SUV gets a tow cable out, puts it around one of the wheels, and pulls the car straight, and then backs into the other spot.
Oh, that was nice of them.
That's pretty funny.
Wow. Actually, that's surprising
Yeah.
that the Porsche didn't have an alarm.
Oh, I probably did.
Like, if the guy's going to start dragging it, you'd expect the alarm to go off.
So yeah.
Like, hell, most of the cars now, you get within 2 feet of them and the alarm goes off. You're too close. Back away. And you can always tell the people with new cars are the ones that'll park the absolute farthest away and have like 4 parking spaces on either side of them.
Okay.
That's what they do up here. You can always tell it's the newest cars.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So you gonna go flying today, Paul?
Well, I'm tracking a few ships coming downbound, so depending upon the winds, they're talking about really heavy winds, so gusting like to 45, 50 miles an hour.
Yeah. Yeah, we had some pretty good gusts yesterday.
Yeah, we had really gusty winds, and I flew in them. I can fly in
Oh yeah.
with confidence, 30, 35 mile an hour wind gusts because it doesn't last long, but you're always worried about it, especially when the warnings come up on the screen says high wind warnings, land soon.
This thing gets pushed around like a fat kid with a bunch of lunch money. It just
Oh,
Now,
really?
is there any way to turn down the wind warnings? Not necessarily turn them off, but turn them down at all?
No, I think that's in the
yeah.
program.
Ah,
it probably, it's probably sensing changes in the accelerometer and stuff like that,
That, yep. The power surges for the motors and
Exactly. It's getting buffeted and kicked around and whatnot.
and you don't notice it on your monitor on your screen because it's that good at holding. But
Yeah.
doesn't it just really mean that your battery's just gonna drain quicker?
Well, it also means that it could be having a little bit of trouble holding its position, and you don't notice it so much because it still is giving you good video, and it's very slow. It's kind of like doing a slow pan or
Well, yeah,
whatever.
when you're a couple hundred feet away, you're not gonna notice those little
Yep.
Yeah.
movements.
Charge up one of my batteries. So I'm not plugged in. Nope. Right back. JD says my screen door doesn't always latch, and our winds were strong enough yesterday to catch it and rip the door close.
Door closer
Wow.
off the door.
Dang.
Yeah, because the door closer would have been screwed into the aluminum, and it probably just ripped the screws out.
Charge. Yep, I tell you, I sure miss DJI for things like batteries and stuff like that. This the FPV stuff's a real pain in the keister.
Well, yeah, you don't just charge and walk away.
Yeah, you can't. Now the nice thing is the only upside of that is that the FPV batteries are a lot cheaper than the DJI stuff.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're not smart batteries. They don't have a chip in them,
And they're not proprietary, right?
Right.
Everybody can compete to make the same batteries. So
right. Windy and 70 today. Early morning showers tomorrow here at high of 49. And on opening day for the Detroit Tigers is 38 on Thursday
hey, there you go.
for a high.
Ooh,
That'd be cold.
good buddy.
Jeez, as skinny as I am, even 70 degrees is cold these days.
Yeah.
I'm playing with OBS here this morning. I wonder, can I make my video black and white in OBS? That would be interesting.
I believe you can.
Filters. Ooh, filters. Effect filters. Ooh, color correction.
I started playing with OBS about 10 years ago when I started doing Twitch.
Look at that.
It was fun for a little bit.
Tim, no flying yet. Never know what the future's going to bring. Those ships are heading down. They're up in the thumb. Probably, what did they have? 20, 40, 60, 80. I mean, 100 kilometers away downbound and doing about 12.1 knots. Yep. Hughes in his black and white mode.
Coming to you from the past.
There you go.
This is the 50s. No, Hughes playing with OBS just for kicks. Filters. That's really cool. Yeah, I haven't played much with OBS because they didn't have this virtual camera like Windows had for a long time. I didn't really have much of a use for it, but now I can actually use it with Zoom and with StreamYard and stuff. So
Yeah.
makes it a little more fun for me.
Well, like Hadrian was saying, the Irion app, IRIUN, you can use it as a virtual camera with any cell phone. You can also use the app on a cell phone in Steam and use it as a VR headset.
Okay.
It's a pretty neat camera. Like it's a really nice program. You can use it in OBS. You can use it in Zoom. It just turns any cell phone into a virtual camera.
Yeah, there's a few apps like that now that allow you to do that, I guess. And I've got 2 or 3 old phones kicking around, so I guess I should probably make use of them. Eh? All right, what else can I do? Let's see. Luma key, scaling, color, audio, video filters, noise gate. Nothing too interesting there. Good morning, D90 Bell. What's happening?
Morning, D90.
D90. D90 is in D house.
That's the word on the street.
On D Tuesday. D90. It's good to have you here. Thanks for stopping in. Don't know how long we're going to be on. Since Mr. Jackson's off to get some sleep, he goes to work in 3 hours. Oh, wow.
Oh, I hope you get a little bit of sleep there, Tim.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Gotta stop playing with those printers all damn night.
Yeah, he definitely's got the bug, hasn't he? Well, now that he's got Hughes' new aircraft, too, he didn't report if he flew it or not. I thought maybe at least take it for a spin around the house.
Oh no, if I had one of those 3D printers, I think I'd be printing all the time too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But at the same time, wow, that would get expensive quick.
Well, that's the thing, right? Because all those materials cost money.
Yep.
You're making a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing. You got to buy spools and spools of it because it just,
That's the problem. All these hobbies cost money.
Yep. Yeah, it's not for anybody. Even if you had one given to you, Neil, it'd cost you money just to keep the supplies going.
Yep.
Well, I wonder what the quad father will be up to today. I wonder if he's going to get out and fly.
Well, he was in the chat earlier.
Oh, was he? Okay. Well, That was really cool to meet Falconrad the other night on Val Stream. That was an awesome,
Val had a nice stream going.
damn good.
It's nice to see her getting back to interviewing people of interest.
Yeah, she likes that.
So
And it was funny because Falconrad's one of the guys I've been watching a lot, and I bought my current drone because of his videos. You know, it was that long range stuff that I wanted to do.
His videos are amazing.
Oh yeah,
And he's got that friggin' beautiful location.
Oh. Yeah, hard to make bad videos in that location, but yeah,
You could fly it a million times and get something different every time.
oh yeah. I need more coffee. I'll be right back. Yeah,
Hey, you.
I'm gonna leave you with my because I can do this. Look at that. No, that's not it. That's a monkey. You don't want that. No, you don't want that either. Wallpaper. There you go.
The
So what boats are coming up through you today, Paul?
well, I get the Arthur M. Anderson is on downbound. That's the one that was involved in the Edmund Fitzgerald storm. Right behind it is the American Spirit, and behind it, about 60 kilometers, is the Algoma Salt, SAULT.
So you got 3 ships coming through?
3 ships coming downbound and nothing upbound yet. Down in the Detroit River is a Manitowoc, but I've gotten him already. He's headed from Manistee. The Ivor Bright and the Stormont is a truck carry down there. What's up? Oh, the Hollyhock is messing around in the St. Clair River. That's the U.S. Coast Guard cutter buoy tender.
Probably making sure all the buoys are up and
That's
running and working
what
right.
I'm sure they're doing. They're doing servicing the marker buoys because there's different buoys they put out for winter and summer.
Yep. I did I didn't do a stint with them, but my mom had a boyfriend that worked on Coast Guard down on the East Coast out of St. John. And I was allowed to go out with them every once in a while, go out, do the buoys, do like a run around the coast, that type of thing.
Yep.
Definitely different. Kind of scary at 8 years old, friggin' going out on the ocean and feeling those waves. You're going boom,
and
boom.
down, Oh yeah. But
Hey, good morning, AZ Drone.
AZ, good morning to you, my friend. Welcome. We're probably not going to be on all that long today, probably just to 10 o'clock or so. Everybody's got things to do, and it's a little bit slow here today. And
It normally picks up by about 10:30 for a little bit.
Well, maybe that's when Neil's going to go on.
My computer can't handle doing the Zoom thing.
No?
My internet can, my computer can't. Not streaming it.
I know Hugh's going to want to go out and get some flying in, and I probably will go out and catch some ships or whatever I do. But I did want to come on and give everybody a place to come and hang out a little bit.
Absolutely. Every morning, everybody gets 10, 15 people in at least.
Yeah. And Hugh, how you doing?
Morning, AZ. Good day, gents. Can't believe how late I was up to last night. Crazy. I'm usually in bed by 9 o'clock every night.
No, I had to get off the stream, off the Zoom meeting. I was friggin' nodding off.
Well,
Sitting here and doing the nod thing. It's like, okay, I gotta go to bed.
well, Tim had a whole bunch of people in there.
Yep.
Right on.
What's the matter, boo? Just a minute. Let me get a tissue. I think she's getting, I could be wrong, but I think she gets ear mites. This is a recent thing this year.
Should
Well,
probably
a
take.
lot of dogs, as they get older, get a lot of buildup in their ears.
Well, when I put a Kleenex in her ear and just twist it around a little bit,
You get
sometimes I
the
get
black
I
crap.
get a little black dot.
Yep.
Yeah. I got hair that time, so. What you thinking? Oh,
How's the hey AZ? How's your Beta 95 V3? Have you been out flying it yet?
over here. Get this one. A little bit of waxy, huh? Just a little waxy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, snap. Good girl. Good girl. Oh, you're such a good girl. Yes, you are. She gets a little ticked when it's not warm enough for me to put up the magnetic storm door where she can go in and out.
Oh,
She likes to go in and out and in and out. She likes to know what's going on.
Like a child.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, Paul Hodges.
Hey,
There
good morning,
he
guys.
is.
Come on, Paul.
Happening, buddy?
Oh, we're here for a little bit anyway.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
Paul, remember that one the house about 2 weeks ago I flew? The one
Yeah.
point,
Yeah.
1.2 you said, but it was 1.1.
Yeah.
Got to take the sign down today.
Sold.
Oh, sold already? Holy
Oh.
shit.
Jesus. It'd be nice to have money like that.
Right?
They're spending it.
I wouldn't know what to do with money like that.
Oh, God.
I would.
Well, not only is it a case of they probably got a good down payment because they probably sold another house, but
Neil, if you ever get money like that and you need help spending it, you just call me. I'll help.
but on the other hand, I think also it's a case of, and I could be wrong, it's a case of right now interest rates are so low.
Yeah.
They're stretching the margins of letting you buy for less money down that people are taking advantage of it.
And people are just trying to get out of the cities.
Yeah.
They're starting to realize that being in large areas, large groups of people isn't so good.
Well, and you can work from home. So why do I have to live in a big city metropolis and put up all the traffic headaches, high taxes, I go live in a little sleepy town and still do my job.
Yeah, and I think that's the way of the future. There isn't going to be the big metropolis where you have to live in the city because you have to. With Zoom meetings and everything else, you can have conference calls and everything else right out of your bedroom.
Yeah, but you got to realize there's only I don't even think it's a large percentage of jobs that can actually be done remotely. A lot of stuff is like it's like a pyramid, right? You got all these jobs on the bottom that don't take advantage of remote working, like factory jobs, farm jobs, service jobs.
Actual hands-on production.
And that's so if you look at the pyramid, that's the big chunk of the pyramid is all those kinds of jobs, right?
Oh,
Yep.
I just looking on his website, and the other one that I never put a sign on, but I did aerials on it. Yep, sold 1.25 million.
Wow.
Jesus.
Hey, I guessed pretty good, didn't I?
Hmm.
And it was listed for 1.1, wasn't it?
No, I think this one was listed 1.2. This one.
Okay. Because they're getting close to, if not a little bit over, right?
Hmm. Wow.
I think I need to get some background lights, some color.
Just get a big TV like this.
No, I don't want a TV. I just want color back there. Like I see a lot of YouTubers with different color lights. That would look kind of cool.
Well, you can always put a filter behind you.
Yeah, but I'd like to do it the real way. It looks better.
LED colored lights on the top of your bookshelves over there.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe a red or maybe an icy blue or something.
Well,
Well, you can
Sean,
change them to any color you want.
Yeah, that's right. Eh? Some of them are like that. Those RGB lights.
Well, it's like this one right here. I can go living room red.
You got too
I don't
much
know if you
sunlight.
can
I
see
can't.
that? Yeah.
I can see the reflection in your glasses, but you got so much sunlight streaming in that it's overriding the
yeah.
light.
Living room white.
I see your face better now.
Yeah, your background is really though flared out.
Yeah, I got the big window just over here, and it's really bright.
I had that problem at
Unfortunately.
one point in time. Remember, I used to take some of my drone filters and I'd tape them on the camera.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wow, that's clever, Paul.
Just put it right over top of it. You could just change the color.
That is actually a pretty darn good idea. Wow. So I watched the Zack Snyder cut of the Justice League film. I don't know if any of you guys watched that. Probably not. Maybe Neil. Not a Justice League guy, Neil?
I was getting into it. It's definitely different.
The 4-hour cut was pretty good. Anyway, watched that with my son this weekend. And we watched Monster Hunter too. Good action movies for father and son. So you out flying today, Paul Hodges?
No, wow, it's a little breezy here right now. It's a nice day. It's gonna go up to t-shirt weather this afternoon.
Oh, I just stumbled on a new VTOL drone that I've never seen before. Fox Tech H-Wing. Ooh. Let's look at that. Good morning, Drone Shots. What's up, Jody? How you
So
doing?
any of the
Jody.
VTOLs that are out there, Hugh, for the RC consumption, have the actual tilt rotors, or are they just takeoff? And
Some of them, I'm not sure if this one does or not. I'm just looking at it. I've never seen it before. Wow, it's a good looking drone. I don't think the propellers tilt. I think it takes off vertically.
it takes off vertically and then it
Transitions.
lays over. Yeah,
That's like my the Parrot Swing that I have does that,
right.
which works well. I mean, it's excellent. The flight controller takes care of all the balancing, instead of using servos. If anybody's curious, here's a link to this Fox Tech drone. You can look at it. It's kind of neat. Something different. I kind of miss flying the Parrot Swing. It's just that I really have no place to fly it around here. I need to go back to my neighbor's place in Smiths Falls to use his fields,
Right.
because it goes fast and you really need to be able to control it. So you can't fly it in a tight space.
You don't have a
That's fly
football
vertical.
field or a soccer field there or anything? Or?
Well, I do, but there's usually people there, and I don't know. I don't want to bring a buzzing aircraft when there's people. And
I was thinking with if the weather gets nicer, some of the best flying time is either at sunset or at
true.
sunrise.
Early morning. Yeah.
So you could go early morning, wouldn't be anybody there, and
That's true. Yep, I should try that. Recovery Drone, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man.
recovery drone is in the house.
I need to get more of you guys in FPV now. I feel
Yeah,
like a
not-
Jehovah's Witness. I'm going to start preaching at your doorstep.
Not going to happen with me.
Hello? Hello? Have you tried FPV?
I can see Hugh going door to door in his neighborhood.
Yeah. I'd get dressed up in a suit and have a little briefcase.
Yeah. I'm here representing the FPV community, and I would like to know if you have any questions, or if I can alleviate any of your questions that you might have about why FPV. And then he opens his briefcase up and he's got a full screen presentation.
There you go. Let's do it.
Or you've seen the reporters do the man on the street thing. Hugh standing on a corner someplace. Have you tried FPV? What do you think about it? Have you ever thought about FPV?
Take a look
And
through
they
the
go-
goggles.
They go, what? F what?
F you. No. FPV. Yeah.
That'd make a funny little video for YouTube.
Yep.
Or TikTok or someplace like that. You'd
Flip-flop.
probably get 1 million hits.
So did you ever create your flip-flop account there, Paul?
And my flip-flop is a platform that I'm thinking about starting. It's for anybody that's 55 and older.
There you go. I don't qualify. You have to lower the bar if you want other people in.
Well, that's because you wouldn't be a flip-flopper. It's something to look forward to.
Okay, that's fair enough.
I can't tell if my camera looks any better this way.
Now you're still washed out in the background, but
Oh yeah.
Your background's blown right out.
Oh yeah. Just wondering if you can see my face any better.
Well,
you look like you're one of the
That's the
monsters.
question.
You look like you're doing a tryout for the Munster movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better, Neil. Keep darkening it up. That's good. I like that.
Yeah, we'll be able to see the background, not you.
Oh,
Drone shots. How you doing today? You, Neil, have you got any kind of drone filters at all, or camera filters?
No,
Okay.
not that I know of. My eye is pretty crap for being able to tell if it's good or not anyway.
yeah. Well, I bought. Whoops. I bought some conformal coating. What did I do with it? Put it away somewhere. I can't find it. Here it is. So I don't know if you guys know what this is, but essentially it just seals up the electronics so that you don't get moisture in them. So I'm going to do it to most of my drones, my Naked GoPro and all that sort of stuff. Get them all sealed up. Not that I plan on going in the water, but even if I land this thing accidentally in wet grass or a puddle, it can short things out and fry it. So.
Yeah, Paul, here comes the hollyhock now.
Oh yeah.
And as you can tell, it's pretty windy out there. Look at the chop on the water.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think it is headed towards its home port right there in Pine Grove Park, but I could be wrong. It went out yesterday. Went up into the lake and then came back last evening.
Hey, good morning, Cam. Yeah,
Hey, Furball is in the house.
yeah, I just went over to the chip cam there. Yeah, she's almost got a ice cap. Well, not ice caps, but white caps there.
Whitecaps, yep.
Yeah.
Good morning, Kim. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Yeah, and as you can see the camera moving a little bit, the wind's starting to pick up. It wasn't that strong a little while ago, but
Yeah. Even the steam coming off everything over there in the other spot, just going,
Yep.
not
Yeah.
going up and then over. It's straight out.
gusty.
Yeah.
Drone shots. Wasn't me that was trying to print FPV gates. I don't have a 3D printer.
Like the way he's coming through the water, looked like he's loaded or something. He seemed the front seemed to be down, but
Well, the funny thing about the Hollyhock is I think it has tanks for when it's doing its ice busting,
oh yeah.
but it rides in the water kind of like that. Because if you actually look from here to here, that's about level,
Yeah.
but it just looks like it's doing one of those jacked up in the rear end, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Jacked up in the rear end. That sounds dangerous. Ouch.
Well, you remember back in the old, well, you might not remember, you're not that old. Kids wanted, remember they used to put those lifts on the back rear springs of their cars to get them to look like this?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a big thing. Remember
Hijackers.
where the springs actually attached to the car, with that bolt through there,
Yeah.
the back leaf spring. They'd put a piece of metal like this with a hole down here for the leaf spring and up here for the body. So
Yep.
the body, you could put a 4, 5, or 6 inch lift on the back end of your car.
Yep. Yep. And you could put
Bigger
spring-
tires, bigger wheels.
Yeah, you put hijacker shocks, air-filled shocks, and jack it up.
Yeah.
Howie Hobby says, Hugh, do not put it in your USB port. You won't be able to tune it anymore. Not sure what you're talking about. Clarification, please.
Hey, good morning, Kim. Yeah, I don't know what Howie's talking about.
I don't know. I don't have enough context.
So, Paul, you don't have any more signs to put out, do you?
No, well, I've got 4 to come down. Well, I had 5, but I already picked one up because it was close to where I worked. But
So
I
those-
don't have anything to put up yet. These are just coming down.
So those 5 have been sold.
Yep. And I don't think I built them for any of them yet. Like, for the last month for March. So
I got you, Howie. Thanks very much. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I definitely won't do that. He meant the conformal coating. Don't put it inside the USB port.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, was it tomorrow or the next day? I'll have to sit down and do some billing, I guess, the month end.
Ooh,
Get some-
billing.
Get some more money rolling.
Wife's been hounding me to get my taxes done. Ugh, I hate
Yeah.
that time of the year.
I don't know when I try to figure out when I get paid again from the bus run. I don't think I just got paid a week ago. Is it this week?
How come you're not driving today, or did you just get back?
I just got back. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I got to go back about 2:15.
I was a run this morning.
Oh, good. Uneventful.
Okay.
It's funny. Go to one stop, had 10 kids. I only had 3 this morning. I don't know.
Only 3 kids on the whole bus?
No. One stop is supposed to have 10. There's only
Oh.
3 kids at the one stop.
Oh,
So. I mean, it's a
Yeah,
nice, you know, it
looks
was
like
a
it's
nice,
headed for dock.
yeah, it was a nice day today, but I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know.
If they got your bus working good now?
Yep, yep, yeah. Just the pain in the butt about every 4 days. I got to do a regen on it, but on that, my bus was out on the highway. I wouldn't have to worry about a regen because it would do it automatically out on the highway. But because I never leave town and the carbon's up and
Yeah.
you know, most of my run when I'm picking up kids, shit, I don't think I'm doing over 40, 45 kilometers an hour, right? So stop and go, stop and go. And
It's gotta be hard on the buses.
oh yeah.
You would think.
I think I'm not sure if my bus is done the end of this year or not, or one more year to go. I think I'm not sure.
Do you get a
What
new-
year is it? Do you know?
2011. So 21. It's only supposed to be good for what 10 years now. I think it is or something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it can go to a spare bus after that, but it can't be used after 10 years. Can't
Now,
be used
does
on
that
regular route.
mean that you will automatically get a new bus, or will they just
No, they'll just pass me down another one because I got one of the shorter runs. I'm never going to see a new bus.
Well, that sucks, Paul.
Yeah. And see, I never leave town, right? So
Yeah.
so they got buses they don't want to leave town now or something. I'll end up getting them.
Oh, where am I going to go flying today, boys? I guess I got to find some place to go. What am I going to film today?
That's my biggest problem. Where to go?
Yeah.
Well, you know, I got thinking about it. Down the road here, about 3 blocks. There's a school I used to go to as a kid. It's quite, you know, it's 3 floors. I thought about going down and doing it. It's not a school anymore, but then just over about a block and a half away from me, there's a big church. It was a Trinity Anglican or something, but it was a big, tall steeple on it and everything. But it's been sold, so it's not going to be a church much longer. I don't know if they're going to tear it down or what, but
Well, how's the construction going on your on that big building that was?
oh crap, man, just unbelievable. Well, see, they're not. I don't know. They're pouring in place, but the walls are all coming in on a transport, right? Just like assembling a kit.
Yeah.
I don't think that Hollyhock is heading for the dock.
No, I don't think so. I think it's headed back out to the lake again.
Yeah. But if you look down on the right side in that opening, look like there's a buoy sitting there. In that opening on
Yeah,
the
there's a buoy right there. Yep.
sitting in there, probably maybe gonna take it out and put it in place, maybe.
No.
Well, something I haven't done for a while. Let me see. Let's go to
Google Earth.
that. Oh,
Where's my Google Earth?
done this before.
Actually, Google Maps is almost as good as Google Earth now, isn't it? Kind of get all the same stuff. So I think I've made the decision. I'm not going to shoot in 4K anymore at all. 1080p only.
Yes.
That's what I used to shoot in, but then I used to get requests from people for 4K video for them to use in whatever short productions they were doing. So
Sure. My Achilles heel is my computer. It just won't handle 4K anymore.
yeah,
I tried even using the proxy workflow from Premiere Pro where it downsizes them while you're editing.
right.
Computer couldn't handle it. So I ended up transcoding everything to 1080p last night and then restarting the edit, and that worked okay.
You were talking about getting a new computer.
I was, but I think this will be a way for me to delay that by going to 1080. Because my computer will handle that right now. So
Yeah.
that'll stretch the lifespan. 'Cause I'm not independently wealthy like Neil, you know?
Yeah, I wish I was wealthy. Or is this camera better?
Yeah, it's better.
Wow, you look good. Wait a second. Are you in a different spot?
Nope.
The
Just
lighting.
using my cell phone as the webcam.
Oh, that's much better. Wow.
Yeah, the other one was really washed out.
Yeah.
That's my Logitech C525.
Well, you know, you've got settings in your Logitech too, right?
Yeah, it sucks. It does not like the light at all.
Because
I've had that camera for 10 years, I think.
it took me a long time on my Logitech to figure out that it has a settings where you can click on the settings and pick, and also pick all different kinds of formats and make it lighter, darker, add or adjust contrast and everything else. I didn't realize it did. I just thought it was a camera.
Yeah, I did have a lot of fun last night, Kim. But yeah, I was trying to tweak the settings and it just does not like the light.
Yeah.
Yeah. Neil, when you were in Brockville, do you remember any abandoned buildings? Big industrial stuff that would be sitting empty?
Maybe on the east side of town,
East side of town?
up
Okay.
along like North Augusta Road.
Okay.
Maybe out along Highway 2.
Hmm.
If you go up to the top of North Augusta Road,
Yeah.
I can't think of the name of the road there, but there may be some abandoned places up there.
Okay. I'll have to check it out. Corey was talking about flying a Bando. He said he'd be my drone retriever. If
And I don't know what they did with the old mental hospital.
Where was
I don't
that?
know if they got something else in there or not. That's up on Highway 2 as well.
The one that's like right downtown, the Brockville General Hospital?
No, the mental hospital. It was just outside of town on Highway 2,
Oh, okay.
going east.
Okay.
On the north or south side?
The north side.
Maplehurst Manage.
Should be able to see that on Google Maps.
Oh yeah, I'm looking. I'm scrolling up the highway right now, looking at things.
I'd say roughly halfway between the driving range and downtown.
I didn't know there was a driving range.
Yeah, there's a driving range just before you get to North Augusta Road.
Okay. See, Neil knows my city better than I do because I haven't lived here very long. He knows all the good places to go.
And it's been 30 plus years since I've been there.
Yeah. Well,
Like you could probably get permission to fly in around the Fulford Mansion.
yeah, probably could. It's a nice spot, isn't it? It's a pretty good looking place.
I used to clean the pools for that guy.
Yeah, you were saying that's neat. They got their own garden. Wow. That'll be a nice place. I'd like to buy that.
But it was also it was MGE that was talking about the quarry that I used to swim at, Fargo or Fargan, something like that.
Where's that?
It's also out towards North Augusta Road, in behind the driving range.
Find this bloody driving range.
The link I sent you on Facebook should show you just about where it is. The North Augusta
Link on
Road.
Facebook. Okay. I'll take a look. I gotta log into Facebook. I can't believe they renamed me Justin, which is so silly. I'm not Justin.
But yeah, the Brockville Rail Tunnel was amazing back when I went through it. And that was pitch black back then.
Yeah.
But that'd be another great place to go. If you could get the permission to fly it, that'd be amazing.
Okay, Messenger. I don't. Where's the message from you? I don't see anything.
I don't know if you're interested or not.
Here we go. I found it. Sorry.
Yeah, hey, I don't know if you're interested or not, but there's a link for Facebook called the Kingston Sub. It's Jason Shepard or no, not Shepard, but it's something close to that. Anyways, he's with Rapido Trains. He makes a lot of model railroads. But anyways, he's got a layout and he's doing a tour. He's got a camera in the train that's on the Kingston Sub, but he comes into the Brockville station. And it's supposed to be close to, what it is actually in real life, right? He does a lot of research and stuff. But I mean, he makes he owns a company called Rapido Trains. He even bought some real life-size trains that they're rebuilding right now.
Nice.
Jason Sharon. That's it. Sharon. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
That's the guy's name, Jason Sharon. I keep want to think Jason Shepard from Flight 101 or whatever the heck it is.
Yeah, I was falling asleep there last night, Kim. I had to go to bed.
Wow, right on, man. Yeah, I stayed up to 1 o'clock editing my damn video last night. It was ridiculous. I'm tired this morning now, but it was fun.
Yeah, I was watching you guys there on with Tim Jackson. I'm going to sit in the background and watch part of it. That's all I did.
So Neil, what were you showing me with that link to the map? I see it now. I've got it up.
North Augusta Road. If you can see the driving range, it should be pretty close to that intersection.
There's
And
no
right
driving.
in behind it, there's a big sand pit type area.
Let me turn on the satellite. There's a ballpark. There's a baseball field. I don't see any driving range.
The driving range is right on Highway 2.
Right. Oh, on Highway 2. No, I don't see it, man. Maybe it's gone.
It wasn't a very big driving range. Like it's really skinny.
Okay.
But yeah, it was labeled on the map when I was looking at it.
Okay. The blind guy can see it, but the sighted guy can't. That's the blind leading the sighted. Yeah, isn't that the way? Kim, yeah, I was on Kim for a while, but I decided to log off. I thought I was going to go to bed soon, but I just kept editing and editing, and before you knew it, it was 1 a.m. Ooh, I see a big baseball park. Ooh. Maybe I'll go fly that today. That's kind of buried in amongst the houses. I bet you that might not be busy today. That could be interesting.
Yeah, I hear the wind's really picking up.
Yeah. Dude, it's supposed to go up to what, 40, gusting to 40 mile an hour or something today here.
40, 45 mile an hour gust. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, saved. Add a note. Baseball field. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to log off and go have a shower, and then I'm going to head out to
Yeah.
fly.
Yep. I think we're gonna call it a day here too.
Yeah.
Few
Yeah.
people in here, but I got to get ready if I'm gonna catch the Arthur M. Anderson coming down, and
Oh, you gonna try it in that wind?
yeah, I think I'm gonna give it a shot. But what the worst that can happen is I could lose the drone.
Yeah.
But okay, everybody. Hey, thanks for coming in this morning, and
Yep.
tune in again next time. And have a really great day, everybody. We'll see ya.
See you guys.
See you.
Have a good day, everybody.
Yep.
Bye bye.
Bye. Yeah, cool.